Hi guys, hope you're well. Welcome to DOdaily, Monday Motivation. It's Des here, ready to attack a brand new week with all the usual offerings from DOdaily, the different daily motivation, and of course some honest and relatable advice. Little bits of information I'd like to sort of pass on, get off my chest, let you know what I've been up to throughout the week to keep us all on top of things, to share in that positivity and good spirit that's got us to this point, and it definitely has, hasn't it? Today I'm going to talk about how sometimes we can reflect on what's happened, where we've come from, our own personal journey, to keep us going, to keep us attacking the things that we keep us achieving the things we want to, but keep us attacking the challenges, the targets, the goals, the things that are getting us through right now. It's a difficult period for everyone, everybody deals with it different. But as ever, like I said, I just want to be honest and relatable, and if anything can be taken from what I'm doing and what I say, that's absolutely fantastic. Whilst, of course, I'm here to encourage activity and the benefits of that. Just at the end of a walk myself, got in a few errands, made the most, never miss a Monday, that's what it's all about. Got the benefits of being out. It's absolutely freezing, as you can see. I've got my hat and buff on, and got about 14 layers on. I'm actually sat on a cold wall, which is not doing me any favours, but it's making for a nice scene. Anyway, whilst I want to be honest and relatable and pass on that kind of information, encourage activity, this is about inviting people in to take a look. It's not, people don't have to take part in the activity, they don't have to get involved. I just want people to look in, see it as a bit of a safe space. I'm here on Monday to Thursday at 6 p.m, wake up to walk on Friday at 7 a.m, and just by posting, by working off that consistency we've spoke about in recent weeks, it's important that people have got a choice, got an opportunity to be part of a community I'm trying to build. Of course, that all starts with Monday Motivation. Touched on there what I'm going to speak about. So tomorrow we've got the solidarity session. Of course, the weather's a bit indifferent at the moment, to say the least. Even today, there's been periods of sunshine, there's been snow showers every couple of hours, just when it seems to be picking up. So whilst I'll encourage everybody to get out at 6:30, be part of a session where we all take part at the same time, whatever activity you choose, feel part of that City Slickers team, City Slickers squad we've got here in Nottingham during the normal times. Of course, we've got to consider the weather right now, and if it doesn't happen for one reason or another, then we'll have to sort of face up to that when we get to it. But for now, let's plan it in, let's try our best, let's make every effort to get involved. If you can join us, you'll realise the benefits of it. Even though it's essentially going out there on your own, doing some sort of activity, just knowing others out there can just encourage you, just give you that final shove out the door, kick up the backside to get out and really attack the week. And that's what we look to do, isn't it? Of course, that's what Monday Motivation's about. But if you can't get out on a Monday, if you do have to miss a Monday, let's start with a real DOdaily, do running activity from a Tuesday onwards. That's where it all sort of kicks in, and we've got opportunity to build on it. Taking that into Wednesday and the Wednesday workout, I'll be dreaming something else up. Last week, of course, what we tried to do is extend on from the solidarity session, create something that looked to the Time to Talk campaign that lots of people are working at, and really move that forward from that point. It worked to some degree of success. People was working together to do activity and making the absolute most of it. They got out there and worked together, in small, in tandem. That's all we can do at the moment, is work with one another, and it was just important to show that kind of solidarity, show that there's ways of doing it, there's ways of creating spirit. So again, this week, Monday and Tuesday, it's all about that. It's all about just getting in that activity, getting the week off to a strong start, and then as everything sort of builds up on us, midweek onwards, life can get in the way. We're putting ourselves in a great position to really attack it. On Thursday, when you might be about ready for a rest, it's your chance to ask me questions. I do a live session at 6 p.m, Thursday Thoughts. If you can post questions in for that throughout the week, please comment on any of the social media, any of the videos. Please let me know if you want something answering, if you want my opinion, if you need some advice. I'll try my best. I'm not here to sort of blow the socks off you. I'm not here to sort of make it complicated or difficult. Just straightforward advice, my thoughts, my opinions. I try not to research too much into it. If anybody's seen last week's Thursday Thoughts, in which we spoke about mental health, I purposely didn't want to research the questions. I wanted it all to be raw, real, and that's what it's all about. It's just about being available for normal, everyday people who do take part in activity, people that have never taken part, people who are just sort of feeling the way into it. Anything I can ask, whether it be injuries, COVID situation, mental health, what's my favourite television programme right now. I'm prepared to sort of put myself out there, give out my answers, and hopefully somebody can just take something from it. It's worked really, really well in the last couple of weeks. I've had one or two people sort of pop in and give their opinions on certain things, and again, that's absolutely fantastic. It's just ways of passing on that information when it could be really used. And right now, any information we can get is absolutely fantastic. Just during this walk, I've gone to the shops. I've purposely walked the long way around to extend it, but I've listened to 3 different things: a seminar about park run, a mental health podcast, and another podcast as well where some guys were talking about all sorts of things. And it's really important for me to do that. It's really important for me to get as much information on board, to try and understand the situation, to try and understand how I can make it better for myself. And that's all I'm trying to do with you guys. So like I say, if you can post those in, and of course I know it's tricky, when you put something out about mental health. I've gave out the throwback question about what triggers your sort of situation, how do you best sort of, what one mechanism do you use to cope? It doesn't have to go into detail, it doesn't have to explain too much, but if you can answer that'd be fantastic. Like I say, I understand people get a little bit sort of uptight around the subject, and it's for everyone to deal with in their own right, in their own way. All I want to be is that sort of sounding board and somewhere for people to sort of look in on and look at somebody else dealing with everyday issues, what we do. So if you can get involved in that way, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Of course, email des@dorunning.org.uk. Any sort of comments, questions, anything you'd like me to talk about, share, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I'm always looking to get people involved, so if you can join us on a Thursday, I can put your name to it. If you don't want me to put your name to it, that's absolutely fine too, but absolutely anything. And then on Friday, of course, it's Wake Up to Walk, somewhere different. Absolutely loved it again last week. I was at Martin's Pond up in Woolerton, a couple of miles to the west of Nottingham city centre. And it's absolutely amazing. It was cold, it was misty and magical, it was dark when I got there, but that's the point, to get somewhere different, to show people that wherever you are, we can get up early, make the most of getting out for some activity, and make the most of a walk. Just a walk. It's never just a walk, but the point is we can all get out there and do something, regardless of what we can't do. There's always something we can do. So I'm just trying to sort of show people there's opportunities to get involved, ease your way in, or be absolutely all over what we do. And that, of course, that's what I'd love, but I appreciate, like I've said already, everybody's at different stages with this. Everyone's in a different place with the thoughts on the situation, lockdown and all these things. So if we can help in any way whatsoever, please get involved in any of that. On Saturday, it's just become the norm now. We have the Saturday selfie, where I throw it all back to you guys. Whatever activity you're doing, I like you to post your pictures in. Sometimes I create a theme if something springs into mind during that walk on Friday. If not, we just take your pictures, whatever you're doing, whether it's running, cycling, walking. All the activities are based around those things. Home workouts, picking up a few weights, Do you know, absolutely anything you consider activity. Love to see it. Keep posting your pictures. Of course, we work off a different motivation each day. Monday motivation, Tuesday training, Wednesday workout, Thursday thoughts, wake up to walk, and Saturday selfie. So if you could tag us in, whatever you're doing, whenever it is, it fits in, because it's a weekly plan. It always fits in, do you know, and there's always somebody doing something that I can share, that can inspire. And of course, I'll be out there as well doing whatever I can to sort of keep that story going. All the links for the social media will be at the end of the video, as always. So if you want to get in touch in any way whatsoever, please check them out. Please follow. Of course, please like, share and subscribe the videos. Without your help, I can't make it work. Not just on a Thursday, every day. It would be great to get people sort of spreading the word. What I'm trying to do here is almost create something from grassroots. You know, it's not got massive financial input. It's just me sitting on a cold wall talking to you guys about the importance and the benefits of activity and how it can help. Do you know, and if I can do that in different ways, find different ways to do it through the support you can give, that would be absolutely fantastic. So please keep sharing, share it across your story. Do you know, whatever it takes to get those subscribers up. Do you know, whilst I'm not absolutely obsessed with that, I'm doing it regardless. Do you know, it'll be nice to see some improvement and to see it grow. That's what a YouTube channel is all about, and that's what doing something like this is about. So if you can help in that sense, please do. I'll keep doing my bit. Do you know, it'd be great to have you on board. So guys, Monday motivation. This time last week, I was talking about taking all that good work from January into February. Do you know, a lot of us work to challenges, work to goals and targets. And whilst we don't have to work to days and dates and start at a particular time, I always say that it's never a bad time to start. And it's always a good time to start, to be honest. But what I was really trying to encourage was, if you kind of rewarded yourself with a few days off running or a drink, or myself it was a breakfast roll. Do you know, what I wanted to do is help people remember why they'd done it in the first place. So not to get too overindulgent. Of course, the treats allowed. I do it myself from experience. I've learned that sometimes when I do these challenges, you know, drinking and such things, you know, I can probably get back into it far too quickly. And there's a reason I'm doing it in the first place. There's a reason I want to do the challenges, to sort of tame all of that and not do it so much. But I've been guilty of giving myself too big a pat on the back and ruining all that good work that came before, I suppose. And that's what I was trying to encourage. But for some reason, in the next couple of days after Monday, my motivation and my positivity started absolutely dropping like a stone. Not sure why, nothing particularly happened, but we've spoken a million times on DOdaily already that happens. Do you know, as much as you can feel great from a bad situation, do you know, we all know it can happen, probably happen even more to go the other way, where you just start feeling a little bit rubbish, not sure what to do. So when I became aware of Time to Talk Day on Thursday, do you know, that sort of popped up on me midweek. I thought it was really important to use that. Of course, those things are important for all the reasons I said last week, in memory of Al Jamie, the guy who unfortunately took his own life. Do you know, and what Do Running was built from, what the community sort of looked back on so much. It's important for those reasons, but I also realised it was really important for me. It was important for me to focus on that, you know, remember exactly why I do all these things I do, why I sit here and talk about my own feelings when I'm feeling rubbish, you know, uncomfortable situations. And Thursday Thoughts last week, of course, was about mental health. Rory told his story. It was absolutely fantastic, despite the fact it wasn't a nice story, you know. And then I sort of delved into things that I've never even spoke about before, things that I found really tough. You know, I had no intentions of going that deep, but I did, you know. And don't get me wrong, over the weekend I felt anxious about what I said, but that's all part of it, isn't it? But I've been thinking about it today, and the point is, I think I had to dip back into the past to remember why I do what I do to build that positivity again. Since I said what I said on Thursday, since I was absolutely out there and honest, my mood's picked up despite those few anxious moments, and like I say, they are there. We all worry about what we've said. Have we said too much? The repercussions, but it was important for me to do that. It was at a point where I really needed to do it. And whilst we were talking about time to talk and the importance of connection and staying in touch, I think it's important as well just to help ourselves, just to remember why we do certain things. So whilst I'd done January, got through all those challenges, so much positivity building, I got into February. I was still determined, but perhaps a little bit tiredness, perhaps feeling like I'd done what I had to do, perhaps that little overindulgence again at the start of the week. There was just something missing, and I had to dig deep to find what it was. So what I really want to say today is, sort of, don't beat yourself up about what's gone before, whether it's good or bad. Last week I was trying to say, don't let all the good work go to waste, but almost this week what I'm saying is, don't let the bad work go to waste. The bad times, the things that make us do the things we do now, sometimes it's about digging a little bit deeper than what we've done over the past few weeks, whether it's been tired or whether we've not had much time. We can beat ourselves up over that as well as the massive things. What I'm trying to say is just almost reflect, see how far you've come. That's important, isn't it? Let's measure how far we've come. Let's think about it. And some of us have made massive strides. All of us have made massive strides. If you're into your activity, if you're into looking after yourself, if you're making that decision at the moment, you're making a massive step forward. You're taking a massive step forward. You're making a massive decision to try and feel better about yourself, to take things forward in the most positive way, to tackle what's going on in the world around us. And if we're doing that, it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? So, like I say, for Monday motivation today, it's about just realising what makes us. Somebody said to me at the weekend, somebody said they was really proud of me, and it says, I said I didn't want to let that situation sort of define me when I was a little bit anxious, and they said, well, it doesn't define you, but it does. It absolutely does define me, but defining me in a good way, making me want to sort of do something about it. I won't forget about it. I won't forget where I was, and by not doing that, by sort of keeping it there, not dwelling on it too much, not thinking about it every 2 minutes, but when I really need to dig deep, just remembering how far I've come, how I can keep doing the things I'm doing, keep pushing on, and despite that blip last week, and it got to a point, particularly by Thursday, before the Thursday Thoughts episode, where I was really struggling, and that it probably made for a great Thursday Thoughts, but it was a point where I was talking to Kay, and I was a bit downbeat about what I was doing, Despite all that, I still found it within me to carry on my running streak, to carry on my activity. And again, we spoke about it so much, it's that resilience, isn't it? And if you understand where you've come from, if you remember why you've made certain choices, if you remember why you're doing what you're doing now, it's absolutely fantastic in keeping you going. Today is day 100 of my running streak, which is something I'm really, really proud of. I've not done it yet. I'm going to do it after this video, getting my 100th run of at least 5k. And whilst I've done similar things before, I probably did it with more miles the last time I did it, it's massive improvement to where I was this time last year. I was feeling poorly, I was feeling down on my running, I was feeling down on my activity. I didn't have the kind of resilience I've got now. Despite the fact I'd made massive strides, I feel like I've made massive strides again. The commitment, the determination's back, the enjoyment I always talk about. I'm taking enjoyment from it again. Not just doing it for the sake of it, doing it because I absolutely love it. DOdaily, I do it because I absolutely love it. But I do these things for a reason. And that's the message today, guys. Just remember how important certain things are to you, how important it is to use the past to determine your future, to define your future. There's nothing wrong with that. I always say, don't be defined by things you can't control. Absolutely don't be. But when it comes to yourself, we're all defined by what happened. We can't control it now, but what we can do is use it to keep us moving forward, keep us determined, get out there, get active, reaping all those benefits, and never miss a Monday. So if you haven't yet, get out there, get wrapped up like myself. It's absolutely freezing still, but looking forward to getting in that 100th run, making the most of the day. If anything else, that's going to make my day, and I'll take that positive into tomorrow, the solidarity session, and I'll be going for my 101st day, and the longest running streak I've ever done. So that'll be the positive tomorrow. It's about the small wins, guys, and using whatever we need to take it forward. Have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow for the solidarity session. If you can join us, that would be absolutely fantastic. If the weather don't allow, let's get something done at home. Till tomorrow, guys, just doing it.